So, look, Man United have hired and appointed a new interim manager in Ralf Rangnick. And the United fans are absolutely happy about this. And you would believe that United just hired Jesus Christ as their manager. And he's just going to come in and work his miracle, bring in his 12 disciples, and just turn everything around. Anoint all the United players with oil, and their cup would begin to run it over. But no, he ain't Jesus. Not Jesus. I don't see him in any white robes or anything here right now. He's just a German who worked for RB Leipzig and Hoffenheim and recently was working at Lokomotiv Moscow. So, statement reads, United appoint Rangnick as interim manager. All right? Monday the 29th of November, it was announced. Manchester United is delighted to announce the appointment of Ralf Rangnick as interim manager until the end of the season, subject to work visa requirements. What? He'll get his visa. Following this period, Ralf and the club have agreed that he will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. John Murtough, Manchester United football director, said Ralf is one of the most respected coaches and innovators in European football. He was our number one candidate for interim manager, reflecting the invaluable leadership and technical skills he will bring from almost 4 decades of experience in management and coaching. Everyone at the club is looking forward to working with him during the season ahead and then a further 2 years in his advisory role. And guys, you could also get 25% off selected products at United Direct. Head on over there. Shop now. Oh my God, today's Cyber Monday as well. I didn't buy anything. And I'm not buying this Ralf Rangnick rhetoric. Not buying it. Just want to put it out there. Not buying it at all. Not buying it. Ralf Rangnick said, I'm excited to be joining United and focused on making this a successful season for the club. And I'm a City fan, by the way, so you know, this is all bullshit to me. The squad is full of talent and has a great balance of youth and experience. All my efforts for the next 6 months will be on helping these players fulfill their potential, both individually and most importantly as a team. Beyond that, I look forward to supporting the club's longer-term goals on a consultancy basis. Michael Carrick will remain in charge of the first team until Ralph's work visa is finalized. The club wishes to place on record its thanks to Lokomotiv Moscow for their cooperation in the process of bringing Ralf to Manchester United. So that's the article, guys. Ralf Rangnick is appointed. Not 100% sure if he will be in charge of the game for the Gunners, against the Gunners come this week. So I think United fans think he will be in charge, but it's left to be seen. Guys, my thoughts on this Ralf Rangnick appointment, right? I have a unique spin on this. Right? I got a unique spin on the Ralf Rangnick situation. Okay. You watched the show Hoarders before, where an individual has a problem hoarding, a serious problem, just piling up their house with a lot of garbage, a lot of unnecessary items. A once functional individual has now become dysfunctional, and it makes me think about United as a club at whole. They just started, after Sir Alex Ferguson left, they started hoarding players. A lot of unnecessary players, right? They got into the business of picking up players that were linked to Man City and other top clubs just because, right? Buying washed up players from other clubs as well in the Premier League just because. Usually with hoarders, they would find it very hard to let go of their belongings. But usually they come to the realization that they have to. And there's most likely an intervention by someone who is considered an expert at doing so. And this is where Ralf Rangnick comes into the situation. Right? And after numerous managers, David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, interim manager Michael Carrick, caretaker, and now Ralf Rangnick, he will look to remedy years and years of gathering of filth and look to clean up the club's act. Look to get the club functioning properly again. But usually with hoarders, they always find it difficult to let go of every single thing that they need to let go of. It will be a tough job for Ralf Rangnick to convince United that they need to get rid of Phil Jones. They need to get rid of Juan Mata. They need to let Lingard go. They need to maybe move on from a player like Eric Bailly. And maybe they need to start trusting their youth players a lot more. Like when you see talents like Brandon Williams coming through, give him the opportunity. Tahi Chong. You see what I'm saying? When you have a few guys that have broken into the first team in the European competitions, let them play. Can't remember their names right now. This is what Ralf Rangnick needs to do. Because he's known as a guy that build clubs up from the ground, right? I think United are a bit above the ground. And it's going to be a difficult job. He built up Hoffenheim. He's built up Leipzig. He's worked for the Red Bull franchise. But there was a great question. I can't remember who asked the question. But they asked, why hasn't Ralf Rangnick managed a big heavyweight club in the past? Why is this his first? Why is this his first heavyweight club that he is actually managing in his entire career? Why is it happening now? Why? Why is this you understand what I'm saying? And maybe some would consider Schalke and Stuttgart. Yeah, maybe some would. Maybe they would. You see what I mean? He's won the League Cup with Schalke. He's won the Austrian Cup twice with Salzburg. He's won a few things with Schalke, and he's, won a few things with Austrian champions Salzburg. But nothing really to really talk about. You see what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying. I don't mean to downplay his whole appointment and anything, but as I mentioned, United fans are acting like they just hired the Messiah himself. Seriously. Seriously. This man has not managed on the touchline since 2018. I'm not saying he's going to lose his touch in 3 years, but he has to be a little rusty, man. And with 25 games left, I don't think he's going to come in and win United the title. I think they would know that the title is lost. It's gone. That's it. It's not. Could hope for the Champions League. Hope for an FA Cup. But the league title is done. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. I don't want to speculate too much, but it's going to be interesting to see what he does with this team. Seriously. Is he going to continue to bench Cristiano Ronaldo? What formation is he going to use? You know, these things come to mind. These are the things that come to mind. It's going to be an interesting one. Gotta say, the last game that he managed was the final of the DFB Pokal against Bayern. He lost 3-0. That was in 2019. Formation, he used 4 at the back, 2 in the holding midfield position, 2 up top, and 2 men in the midfield, basically Sabitzer, Forsberg, creative type midfielders. You know what I mean? Running down the wings, coming in, cutting in the middle as well. But he's the one that helped build that brilliant RB Leipzig team. So you got to give him the credit for that. But the indication that United are giving us is that it's a project. You see what I'm saying? It's basically saying, Ralf, come in and help us with a project, basically, because that's what he's known for. He's known for building things, for working on projects, and not remedial work. If you understand what I'm saying. Especially at a top club like a Man United and in the Premier League, or you see what I'm saying? He knows the German league. He knows the Austrian league. How would he fare in the Premier League? It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. Very difficult.